All right, hello everyone. It's another episode of Eden Crafters. I have been working a lot on this world off camera. It's been quite a while since the last episode, actually, for me. Um, I've been working on several things. One, I filled out this area a little bit more to get our placement of the objectives. But I've also 100%ed everything. We've now fertilized everywhere. I mean, there's still small spots here and there that's not quite fully covered, but a lot of it is actually mountains, and it just can't quite fill those gaps. The one that took the longest was water. Unfortunately, I had everything around all of the islands kind of filtered, but that was not enough. So I actually had to expand and make little islands out in the middle of the waters to try to get it to get it to where I could actually do that in various different areas. And it finally took effect. That was like I said, was the last thing I did. As you can see, I can see almost everything now, ore-wise. Most places are completely covered with grass and different things like that. This area hasn't changed a lot, though I did move my steamroller in the charge bay for both it and the spaceship back behind the Earth-like thing, or Earth generator thing. I also, as you can see, have made a little ramp so I can get up and down with. I also recreated the pod as more of a full-blown living quarters. Um, this is the main hub now from where I do come back to just kind of mess around. Got several plant growers. There's like a little kitchenette thing here. Doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of cosmetic. Like these little windows that we got here too. Go upstairs. This is where the crafting stuff is, as well as the DNA replicator, which I haven't really shown on camera before. Really, it's to make a bunch of different types of trees and stuff. I'm just allowing the trees grow with themselves. I haven't really messed with it. The planet analyzer for this area. As you can see, I still have not built any of the habitats. That'll be what we're doing here shortly before we go looking around to see, kind of show off what the islands look like now with all the different changes. As you can see, map is actually showing 100% everywhere. We got 100% Earth-like atmosphere, which I figured out actually you only needed one of those. I did put them in various different locations around the place. But it was kind of a neat thing to go ahead and place it in multiple spots. Radiations was quick. I just had to place several of them in the middle of each of the islands that had the radiation, as well as the spot that was up here somewhere. Climate, again, I had to place them all around in the cold biome area. The heat, which actually filled out of all of this, as well as the big volcanic-like area. And then, like I said, the water just was kind of a weird thing. I don't know if it was really meant to be that way or it's not quite doing it correctly. This is still a early access game, so it could be part of that. We've unlocked everything, crafting guide, except for one item, and that is our final unlock. Is after I do the 2 habitats, it's going to give us the final unlock for it. I mean, I could tell I'm pretty close to the end of the game, so this is most likely going to be the final episode. But I kind of wanted to show off all of the little type things here before we cap off this episode. Material analyzer, we have finished out everything. I even made a little way to get up top. So even here, I decided to get some more creation stuff here going. It's making more iron flowing to the two warehouses here where we're doing pretty much extra iron stuff as well as advanced filters from the graphite area. And then the rear one is doing pretty much all graphite type stuff. So it's kind of moved from some of the other locations. I have changed the original base location. I'll show you that after we get the habitats made and see what we got coming up from that. I did make this giant opening here to put the habitats down, so we're going to put at least one of each here. As you can see, I've gotten lots of stuff made for everything. So we're going to pretty much place a habitat one, which is freaking huge. No, boo, you can't be in my lap. Boo boo, up in the screen. Alright. That's going to probably block... No, it's not blocking the bird. Okay. So let's watch this thing being built. Probably should have turned it a little bit more, but oh well. I got the dog here too. Oh. You acted like it... Oh, okay, I guess it was open. What are you doing, Leo? Alright. I like how that does conform against this pretty well, because the other things that I tried to build around it didn't work so well. Whoa, this one's even bigger. That ain't even gonna fit on the pad quite far. I was afraid I was gonna get too close to the iron thing, so I'm gonna place the two main ones so we got them to look at, and then we're just gonna do our section out all this huge area here to place the rest of them in. As much as I would love to do the block to everything, I just don't see the point. This is like the main living quarters of everything. This is tall as well. Excuse a little bit of a change of lighting. The dog is looking out the window, so we're getting a little bit of sun coming through the window. It's not doing too bad to the camera, but you may see kind of little flickers here and there from it. Wow, how big is this building? Holy crap. And from the end of the last episode, I was having trouble finding phosphorus and something else together. I found one single location with it. I could not even tell you where that is anymore. It's been so long. Yeah, that is a freaking huge building. All right, so we need how many of each? So we need one more tier 2 and 4 more tier 1s. Wonder how much power we're working with right now. Alright, so we'll make the tier 2 over here. I still like that there's just floating things occasionally. So we'll put the tier 2 one here. Oh, jeez. Alright. And the tier 1s, we'll start on this side way over here. And get them all placed. As you can see, I really flattened this area out quite a bit because it was lumps and pits everywhere. Didn't do it all. I mean, it was just the... Even with expanding the bulldozer down to or steamroller down to a certain spot, it just was going to take way too long to really do too much of it. And I also had to do it on getting placement for all of the climate things down and stuff like that too. So, all right, this should be slowly gonna bring me back to the next step. So let's get back to the base. I like the little glass doors too. They're kind of neat. Even put a little set of windows to look out at the side. Done. The other three or four. Oh no, actually the tier 1s are done. It's the tier 2 ones taking forever to finish. Alright. You're at the final transportation stage now. Eating Crafters Early Access. More content is on the way. Okay, so that gave me the final building. Which was you? That's a habit. Earthlink Communications Tower. I need 10 quantum processors. Okay. Quantum processors. I have the materials making. That's pretty easy. So we'll just make a bunch of them. Actually, we only need to make one of these, so what's the point of doing that many of them? Said we needed 10, so we only need 8 now. Thanks for the people I've been seeing in the comments. I have been checking out a little bit here and there on different things. It's kind of a neat game. You kind of have to take it in stages. It's a lot of off-camera stuff because there's a lot of grinding to get to certain spots. So in certain stages, I haven't put up all of the videos just yet up to this point. So I won't see comments to the next couple videos up to this one until after the fact. But I thank you for any of the guidance and stuff you've been giving me in the comments. Again, like I said, I've been building out quite heavily. And quite a few of the comments actually I do start to learn as I kept playing. Someone mentioned about we needed a lot of iron for things. Yes, that is a very, very high point. And my one little area that I made was not enough. I've got iron spots all over the world now, so we do have more maps. There's different worlds. I haven't actually fully looked at all of them, so I don't know exactly what's the difference between them is, other than I do know one is a complete water world. So obviously it's going to be a harder thing to manage because you don't have as much land to work with. You'll have to kind of create your land masses. Alright, so let's get the Earthlink Tower up to finish off the building process. And will we have enough power? That's going to be another thing too. I mean, we do have the nuclear generator over there, so hopefully. Oh, get on the crane. No, crane. Let's watch this thing get... Wow! Nighttime's a hard time when being able to see for me. I got so much light coming in for the camera. It's like blinding me from being able to see the game very well. So definitely before we start exploring and showing things off around the world, I'm going to wait till daytime. So. So I'm assuming saying that it's done right now means there's no like people going to be showing up on the world or anything like that, unfortunately. Kind of expect as much being in early access. It's still just a lot that I'm sure they want to get added to the game, so. Boo, please do not step on the power button. He's not done it yet, but that is one problem with my computer being on the floor. Wow, God, this building is huge. Even bigger than the Tier 2 habitat. This measures like the radiation tower and stuff though. Those were about like this size. This actually may even dwarf them a little bit though. So I think what I'll do for kind of a teaser for doing any of the other worlds, I might attempt to do a couple quick showings in shorts and let you guys comment on the comments of the shorts to try to give me an idea which one you would want to see me to try, if even it. Oh! Why are you taking me so high in the air? Alright. Well, that's cool. That is again, a very huge building. Yeah, the Earthlink thing is about to... Oh, yeah, it is using up a little bit of more power than I had. Earthlink doesn't seem to do anything. Let's go ahead and throw down a geothermal plant just over here somewhere. Just so it finishes out that. So we got light coming in, so I guess we can go ahead and just check one last time. Yep, nothing changed there, so we indeed just make that and that's it, we're done. Alright, so kind of show off the world. We'll go back to the original base locations to kind of give you a quick gauge of what things have changed. Certain areas I did not modify, but like I said, the original base location, I did make a major change to it because I needed to relay out originally the iron platforms and stuff, as well as a few extra things. You can kind of see the things I've done to get the different plant generators traveling around from location to location with the water. So the original base location is pretty close to the same location I was before. We have really laid it out differently. Ooh, don't really need to land it on this to charge, but we'll charge anyway. The original pod is still the same. I did get rid of all of the electrical things and changed them to thermal, or the geothermal plants. Oddly enough, all this concrete never did get used. I pulled it away from the thing and never used it. We have multiple tier 3 warehouses down on the lower level. Covering some of the heavier duty things like the beams and the computers and rubber and stuff seems to be a necessity at this point still too. I did upgrade the water pumps to the bigger water pumps, as well as several other small things have changed in this area. Did expand another greenhouse down here, and then up here, besides extra thermal plants, and one of these that I really don't need here, but I put it, like I said, I was trying to put them down and thinking that I needed them. I have my extra storage warehouses from all the original storage. This one's actually almost empty now. That's kind of neat to see. Oop, no, can't get rid of my food. Um, these held all of the extras that I had down on the lower section when I was moving things around to rebuild, and I kind of made a tiered system to try to keep it separated as much as possible. As you can see, I ended up needing gears after a while, so I remade this iron node into that. Extra silica and glass panes. Actually, had never made extras of those for that place. Away tree. Extra concrete, or basalt concrete. Sulfur, which I have slowly been dwindling down. I have never repopulated it, but on this one, we got more silica, cement, glass panes. I do have it actually making extra cement and glass panes in this because I did start dwindling down everything that I had and needed extra. Sulfur, this one's collected most of the original sulfur and the graphite stuff. That's another thermal plant. I relayed out a lot of this stuff here. Try to make the locations that were up higher make sense, because unlike the regular nodes drop down as you lower the land or raise the land. These graphite rocks and the basalt deposit and all these do not move. They just float, and it looks weird. And it ended up making the miners look like they're floating, and it's just, yeah, that's definitely one thing I will enjoy seeing change as they advance the game. Alright. And our final warehouse, which has all of our antennas. This one was a trick to get up to the point where it's so overloaded I don't need much anymore. Because this takes so many different materials to make this material, to make this the material, to make this the material, and then finally come up to the final one, which I guess is this one, which is iron beams and osmosium alloy, which are all not slow and hard things to, or easy things to make, especially the alloy, because you need the osmosium and gold, which right now gold is not moving. Why? Gold, or did I? Why is this iron here? I've kind of knocked out one of these somehow, I guess. Oh, okay. It used to be making iron ingots at one point. Huh. Well, that's interesting to know that hasn't been running for all this time. Okay, well. Fortunately, it has not been a problem. Go ahead and throw the gold iron ingots in there. I still use them occasionally, so. Lower location, like I said. Got remodeled a little bit. Still, the basics are still the same. I kept the original refinery set up for the iron. It just wasn't worth changing too much from. Traveling, you can kind of see the intricate details of the water lines and stuff that went from area to area to get most of the grass everywhere. Pretty much most of that stayed the same. It just, I had to get it to where it would populate properly in certain areas. This base location is such a dwindling mess that I never really cleaned up. It's still there. Even down to the addition of the small stuff up here, I didn't change much of that, really. This one, I think I changed a little bit, but it didn't really, the basic layout did not change much. Yeah, it's still mostly a few different warehouses collecting different things. This one's got most of the manual loose alloy for the osmosium and stuff like that. I think these were... Huh, I never even upgraded these lines. It didn't really need to because I just never needed that many of them. And this one has stopped producing composite beams. It's not a big deal anymore, but it's kind of weirded out that it's not because it ran out of iron beams. Alright, so travel back. Tree. Iron beams. Actually, it might be just I've used that many of those composite beams, actually, because it's still making them. Huh, okay, well. Could have put some of that iron in here, and it probably, or into the iron plate machine, and would have been able to do something about that, but oh well. And then that one's just got random bits, some gold wiring and sulfuric acid, which, again, I never really made trees, so I haven't really done much with it. But going up top, I'll take you up here to where we've placed some of the different things to get the heat production and the cold production. All of them look kind of the same. I just basically flattened an area, put a bunch of geothermal locations, or in a couple of the locations I was able to do the radio or the nuclear reactor to get the climate regulation up. And obviously after a while I started putting the fertilizer plants down and stuff up in these areas too to make them spread out better. Certain spots I added the little ones, but I found that the area fertilizer just spreads out so much farther compared to the little dome one. In big area coverages, we just had to do the waterways all over the place to get enough coverage to cover the entire island. Again, certain ones have so much mountain space, the trees grow on the side of the mountain, but you don't see grass, unfortunately, in those areas. A couple areas I had to put extra thermal locations down to kind of neutralize certain spots. Because I got to the point where I had almost all the entire thing covered, but there was a couple small locations here and there that I just could not fill out the 100%. So I just started going to the corners and placing extra ones here and there. But I'll show you what I did with the waterways, because this was kind of an interesting thing. If you want to 100% it on this map at least, you may have to do this type thing too, or if you could tell me where I might be missing, because I got these things all over the islands. Certain ones I've removed as I moved along because it doesn't seem to get re-toxify the water. But what I did was I just basically ran a line with the steamroller straight up through the center, up as close to the edge of the world as I could get. First spot, I placed a bunch of them down here to open it up. Then I realized I needed to go farther because it still wasn't done. So I basically went to the edge of the world, which literally I made the mistake of going up higher than this spot here, and I fell through the world. So I had to kind of restart. And I had to do this in multiple spots to get this fixed. As you can see, there's still a little bit more toxicity on the water, but it's not necessary now because I've got it at 100%. That's what I was aiming for. I don't know. I haven't looked to see if this has an actual achievement system. I should look at that and see what I got real quick before I close up as well. But basically, similar to the other one, what I did is I placed a bunch of geothermal plants. What in the world happened here? Oh. Okay, weird. That was interesting. Just basically threw down a bunch of power And then threw these things all around the little island. And then I did water plants all the way down my little path to get here. And basically, how I did this, I better not kill myself by not eating. Leo, hush. I'll show you basically what I did to get to this point. It was... Oop. I forgot you can't copy it across. So basically, I just drew a path straight down, went down from like this. It created a path from the island all the way to here. And then I tried to get rid of the path a little bit. It works, it happens, it just, I can't quite get rid of the entire path, but I can get it under the water enough that it hides it well enough. And then come to that. I found that the steamroller is probably the most useful of these guys. There was areas that I used both the drill, the tunnel drill, as well as the bulldozer in a couple different locations. Tunnel drills come in handy in the mountainous areas where I needed to put the water. Actually, I can probably show you that in the area over here. This is the... Yeah, this is the volcanic area. Whoa, whoa, don't... There were areas that I found it easier to just tunnel through and then steamroll it to get rid of certain spots. As you can see, I kind of went from through the channels here, placing water lines to different spots. And then certain spots, well, I'll just show you how you use the drill, I guess, because I not really seeing any of them, at least here. Because it looks like I did mostly channels here. Oh, wait. Nope, that's just one place there as well. One thing I also never make. I just thought about that. There is another ship that I can make. I never even looked at those. Cargo spaceship and then this spaceship. Need 2 ship engines to make the cargo. It looks different, but I assume it's going to be working the same way. But I'll make a tunnel drill. And then we'll toss in the cells. So basically you can shrink and make the field bigger. I don't really want to make it too big, so we're going to just shrink it down to just a little tiny bit. Big enough for me to make it through. And we'll just go drill straight through. You want to make tunnels through the mountain, make little cave systems? Sure, you can do that. Be kind of interesting to finalize and make, but I did it to, like I said, make waterway paths for the putting down the different waterways and putting in that stuff. So, but otherwise, I didn't very rarely use this other than making those kind of things. Because, just like I said, the steamroller seemed the most efficient way to do most of this stuff by leveling out the playing field, building it up or making it lower when I needed to, stuff like that. Alright. Since we're kind of winding down, let's go back to base. South. Let's go ahead and make the cargo ship just to see what it looks like, because I never did make it and see what it did. I mean, I assume it's pretty much the same as this ship, just smaller. Oh. Southwest. There's a couple small things being made there. Little node down there for temperature. Another thing I really didn't use too much was precise control. You push down to go up and up to go down, and that kind of confuses me because I don't play very many flight simulators, and I know it's one of the things the flight simulators use a lot, but I'm just not very familiar with that style of play, so it kind of confuses me more than anything. Alright. Kind of needed to place this closer to the pod. I meant to move it and I never did. Alright, see if I can get you turned around enough to land. Nope. Oh well, just press the button and make it do it itself. As you can see, I did leave a steamroller here, and then I was carry the materials to power one wherever I am. Alright, so what did I need to make that? 2 ship engines, which is simple to make with my material capabilities now. Alright. Get up on top. I guess technically I could make it up here probably. Yeah, it's small enough I can put it right on top of the building. Alright, so yeah, I mean it's not that much different. I think it's even got the same amount of cargo space actually. It's definitely smaller. Actually, it might be a little bit faster. Huh. Maybe I should have made that a long time ago. Oh well. Ah! Alright, how many slots do you have? 4. It is bigger. Okay, it has a much bigger cargo room. It is. See, it feels like it was faster. I don't know if it really was or not. But yeah, that's kind of neat. But I guess for this series of this is going to be the end of this. I hope you enjoyed it. I still look forward to reading your comments for the last couple episodes up to this one as well. And if you think I missed something, let me know. I may address it in the actual shorts as I go to make the other worlds to see what they look like and kind of get a gauge on whether you guys want to see more. I mean, if you want to see me play more of this, let me know in the comments of these videos too, because that may make it so I don't even do the shorts because of it. So I'm probably going to change to another game for a little bit before I go back into the other worlds of this one, just because I've spent so much time in this game for probably well over a month on this game, playing it through to get it to the end. And again, I can't say that I didn't enjoy my time with it. It was what I've played of it is pretty fun, and it's eventful. It reminds me a lot of Planet Crafter, as well as I have to mess with Satisfactory now, I guess, because I've had so many people mention Satisfactory in the comments, as well as the person that suggested that when he saw me playing this, that's what the assembly system and stuff is crafted after. So, but I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next series. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.